So next interesting facts about the lunar and solar eclipses. So during a lunar eclipse, Earth gets in the way of sunlight hitting the moon. So that is that during the lunar eclipse, the Earth gets in the way of sunlight. So Earth will, I've told you what is a lunar eclipse. So this is a, for example, sun, this is a moon. So Earth will pass it. The Earth will be at difference. Earth will be at the center. So at that time, during that time, the light will be, we cannot get the proper light. So that during the night, a full moon fades away as the Earth's shadow covers it up. So only it's a lunar eclipse, we feel it's a darker. The next point, the moon can also look reddish because Earth's atmosphere absorbs the other color while it bends some sunlight towards the moon. We know that at lunar eclipses only there will be it's not a myth, it's a fact. We cannot we should not watch the sun directly at the time of the solar eclipse. So what is the reason means, because the sun will gets the other color from the sun. So Earth will take the full energy from the sun. Only the red color will be remain on the sun. That is the color of the fire. Only the fire will remain on the Earth. So the other colors and the energy which involves in the other colors is full of taken by the Earth. So this is a reason. So we cannot see the sun through our naked eyes during the lunar eclipse. This is a reason, because when the Earth passes between the sun and the moon, the Earth absorbs the all colors from the sun. So at that time the sun will be in the reddish color. And the next point, the sunlight bending through the atmosphere and absorbing the colors is also why the sunsets are orange and red. So you will, if you have watched the sunset, so always the sunset will be the orange and red color. What is the reason means, the sunlight bending through the atmosphere. So when the sunlight is blending through the atmosphere and absorbing other color, so it will be absorb the other color. So only the orange and red color will be remain. So at the time of the sunset also, the atmosphere absorbs the other color. Only the orange and red color alone is remaining. So only at the time of the sunset you can see only the orange and red color. Okay. So this is a important point about the lunar eclipse. Now, why don't we have a lunar eclipse every month? We know that the solar eclipse occurs at every month. So what is the reason why we does not have a lunar eclipse every month? We'll see what is the reason. So you might be wondering why we don't have a lunar eclipse every month as the moon orbits Earth. So as like a solar eclipse, you may think why there is no lunar eclipse for every month. So reason is, it's true that the moon goes around the Earth every month, but it does not always gets in Earth shadow. So it always it's always around the Earth every month, but it does not always gets in the Earth shadow, but it does not always get the Earth shadow. So it always, but each and every month the moon will around the Earth, but does not but each and every month does not get the Earth shadow from the Earth. Okay, this is the reason why we does not have a lunar eclipse for each and every month. Okay, so what is the first point? During a lunar eclipse, during a lunar eclipse, the sun goes between the sun and the moon. So this is the reason why the lunar eclipse is happening. So at the lunar eclipse, we always used to say without any support of glass, through our naked eyes we cannot see the sun. We should not see the sun. We always used to say. Okay, so only the people used to say, elderly people used to say, you should not go outside when the time of the lunar eclipse. There will be a information like this. So why they are telling about the information means is because at the time the Earth absorbs the all color of the sun. So I told you this. So what is the color of the sun? It's a combination of all the color together. So at the time of the lunar eclipse, the Earth attracts all color except the red color. So at the time of the lunar eclipse, always the suns will be in the red in color. And the next and interesting point is, So moon can also look reddish because the Earth's atmosphere absorbs the other color while it bends some sunlight towards the moon. So when the Earth also looks like a red in color, when the Earth atmosphere attracts every color from the moon. And the last and interesting point about this, at the time of the sunset, we will see always a orange and a red color. You may see it at any time. With the sunset, you will see orange and red color. When you see the sun in afternoon, you will see a lot of color. You will see sometimes blue, you will see red, and you will see sometimes you will see some reddish orange or red color. You will see some combination of color while at afternoon. But at sunset, you will see only a red and orange color. So what is the reason why at the sun time we are seeing only the red and orange color? Means at the time the atmosphere attracts the remaining color, only the orange and red color will be the remain. And what is the reason why we does not have a lunar eclipse at each and every month, like a solar eclipse? Means at the every month the moon will rotate a year, but at every month the moon does not get the Earth shadow. This is the reason why we does not have a lunar eclipse every month. Okay, for your gender remaining, I am just mentioning in solar eclipse. Solar eclipse means the sun get darker. Okay, so lunar eclipse means the moon gets darker. So lunar eclipse, the moon gets darker. The solar eclipse is sun gets darker. Okay, this is for your general reminder. I am just mentioning this. Okay, so we have come to the end about the information about the universe, what is actually in a universe. Okay, at a very first class I have told you, I have not told you, I have gave an introduction and I have started the class by saying the universe is a strange, but we are in the universe. It's exactly a true word, because we are in a universe, but we does not know anything much about the universe what we have studied like in a kid. Okay, so but now we have come across with a lot of interesting facts about the each and every thing in a universe. We have seen about each and every planet, and we have till date that is before this video you may think there is only one moon. Now in the earth only having a moon, we can think it. Okay, so there is a lot of moons, and other planet also having a moons, and then Jupiter and Saturn having a largest moon when comparing to the other planet moon. So a lot of information we have been come across, isn't it? So, and also I have told you very coolest planet and smallest planet. We have come across a lot of information, and we have seen about the moon, what is the moon and what are the facts and what are the things which are around in the moon, and we come across with the sun and what is mean by sun, and how the sun is very powerful. So we have come across, and lastly we have seen about the solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. I think this will be a very useful to you all. Next is going to be not this class. Next is going to be like finding out the countries, where the countries actually lies on the world map. We are going to see about the we are going to study about the little more things about the mapping and where the country lies actually, and what are the oceans and what are the different types of seas, and I am going to tell about the miracle space on the earth, and I am going to tell about the where the human does not lives on the earth. I am going to mapping the most interesting thing in the mapping section, and also I am going to tell about the flags also. In later class I am going to tell about the colors and what is the reason why they having this different types of colors. You know that in India why they have the differentiated colors like orange, white and green. So now in center we'll have the chakra. So every country have its own meaning for their each flag. We are also going to study about the each and every flags also. Okay.